Hello, happy Monday. Ready for your math? We are on page 127, equivalent fractions. So we started this last week and we're going to continue working with them. So equivalent fractions are when the numerators and the denominators of the fractions are different, but they really have the same value. Caitlin used 3/4 of a sheet of wrapping paper. Find a fraction that is equivalent to 3/4. So under here they have 3/4 equals 8. The reason they're choosing 8 as this denominator is because that is a multiple of 4. Something times 4 will give me 8. Step 1. The top fraction strip is divided into 4 equal parts. Shade 3/4 of the strip to show how much paper Caitlin used. So if you look over here, they divided the strip into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. And again, because we have 3/4, they shaded in 3 out of the 4. Step 2. The bottom strip is divided into 8 equal parts. Shade parts of the strip until the same amount is shaded as in the top strip. So if we look up here, these two are equal, they're the same size. We needed to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 8. So that means 3/4 is equal to 6/8. 6/8 is equivalent to 3/4. So again, they're divided into a different amount of groups, but the same amount has been shaded in both. That gives us the equivalent fraction. Let's take a look at number 1. Each shape is one whole. Shade the model to find the equivalent fraction. Let's look at number 1. We have 1, 2, 3 parts. I shaded in one of them, or the book did. So that's 1/3. Now, what they did is they took the same fraction strip, but they drew a line in the middle of it to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, our denominator here is 6. I want to shade in the same amount as up here. So I'm going to shade in these parts. And now when I have this shaded in to match this, I can see I have 1, 2 out of the 6 shaded in. So 1/3 is equal to 2/6. Let's take a look. Same thing applies with circles. The circles are exactly the same. They're just divided into different parts. This one is divided in 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. And out of those 4 parts is shaded, which gives us 1/4. Same circle as this, they just added in some more lines. So it should have 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they want me to shade in the same amount of parts as the circle next to it. So when I shade that in, here I shaded in 2 out of the 8 parts, which means 1 out of 4 is equal to 2 out of 8. Okay, now this one's a little bit trickier. You can see these circles here. They're divided into 2 parts, and both of the 2 parts are shaded. If you look down here, it says 4/2. This is called an improper fraction, where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So basically what we're saying here is 4 divided by 2 would give us what? 4 divided by 2. See, I'm taking the 4 from the numerator, the 2 from the denominator, and I'm dividing them. 4 divided by 2, or what times 2 would equal 4, would give me 2. Notice 2 whole circles are shaded in. Now, when I'm shading this time, my number up here, my denominator is 8. My numerator is going to be more than 8. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So technically, I have 2 circles with 8. I'm shading in all 8 parts here. Then I'm shading in all 8 parts here. And if I had 8 here and 8 here, that gives me 16 shaded in parts out of 8 in each circle, which again, if I have 16 divided by 8, or 8 times what equals 16, my answer would be 2. I have 2 fully shaded in circles, 2 holes. Okay, let's take a look now. Page 128. Same idea. Each shape is shaded. Shade the model to find the equivalent fraction. I'm sorry, I read this wrong. Each shape is 1 hole. Shade the model to find the equivalent fractions. Okay, so over here, this circle is divided into 2 parts. 1 out of the 2 parts is shaded. Same circle, except this time they're dividing it into 6 parts. That's my denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 of them are shaded in. Therefore, 1/2 is equal to 3/6. Slide over here, same idea. I look here, I have 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is shaded. There are 4 parts. 1, 2, 3 of them are shaded in. 3/4. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side. I'm going to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that's what my numerator is. But how many parts were there all together? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3/4 is equal to 6/8. All right.